Don't wait for anyone to acknowledge you. Don't wait for anyone to see you. Don't wait for anyone to validate you. Validate yourself.
This one is long. Okay, so what advice did you get from friends or family when you started living life? That is part one of the question. And then the question has like a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And in your experience, which advice did you find helpful and what didn't work out? Ni sauti yangu ndo usikii vizuri ama ni advice hakuna?
There's something about looking at words.
Okay, please.
Inafanya maana yake na. Okay, I don't understand what living life is because I started living life when I was 8.
When you're 8, okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Because it was as simple as you going to boarding school. I didn't have a say in it. My bags were packed. I was shipped away. It was as simple as that. I have been on myself since I was 8.
So what advice were you given when you were going to school? Did they tell you anything? Or they packed your bags? Did they tell you anything?
Crickets. Upper crickets. Insert crickets? Yes. I wouldn't say I have gotten advice from a friend or family when I started living life, but since through my journey of self-parenting, I've received so many pieces of advice. What I can say stands out is you're not always right. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Yeah. There's so many of them, but they go into always keep an open mind.
Okay.
Don't shut down another person's ideas. Sometimes just shut up and listen. Yes. What advice did I find helpful? That shutting up and listening has really helped me learn so much. Secondly, read a lot. Don't be afraid to read. Read a lot. And it looks old school, it looks read. I don't think I can say read enough. What I did find helpful. Okay?
Serve us. Serve it hot.
What I did find helpful. Someone once told me, welcome people into your life. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not helpful one bit. Because the moment that advice I think was half baked, that's what I can say. Because they were just like, welcome people into your life. We were talking about the whole experience with men.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You realize when you start opening your door,
people
to come into your house, you welcome in so many different things.
Yeah.
So many different kinds of people. And at some point you're gonna be welcoming people if you're not even ready for people, as we're talking about it.
Yeah.
You know. And it's so much better if before you welcome people into your house or welcoming people into your life, you have a life.
Yeah. As you said, so that they can come to.
They're either coming to match the energy. They're either coming to match the love, or they're bringing pro marks. You know, so at the end of the day, and there's something else I can tell you that is what. In advice, practice makes perfect. Practice makes better. It doesn't make perfect. You're never going to be perfect. The only person who is perfect in this world is God. And even He created flawed beings. Simtui makosa, but you get it.
Yeah. Well, for me, the advice I was given by a friend of mine, she's called Concepta, who used to live with her before I started living alone. When she was leaving, she told me, Farida, live well with people. It's an advice that has kept me going to where I am, but I had to redefine it. How do I live well with people? Because maybe her definition of living well with people was different. So for me, I defined it as just doing my own thing, so long as I'm not crossing anyone's line.
Yeah.
And still on the process of doing my own thing, I question where I feel like I need clarity. So even where we are shooting right now, if let's say something happens with my neighbor and they decide to involve me as a tenant, I'll ask questions to seek clarification. Even in friendship, even when it comes to work, because kuna ile others tell you live well with people. So when somebody does something bad to me, I would not ask. I'll not comment because yes, I'm being nice. I want to live well with people.
Yeah.
That's not living well with people.
Yeah.
Living well with people is you living with people in a way that you are your true self.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You reminded me of something. One, there's a really good advice about living on yourself. Kumwaga maji moto kwa drainage. Yeah, that was really good advice for me. Kumwaga maji moto kwa unaona kwa sink yako.
Yeah,
that was really good advice. That was really good advice by the way. You know, you don't think about it. What's the kitchen you're seeing?
Why?
Maji moto.
Ebu tell us why.
Ebu jaribu.
Si uniambie what happened.
Utaipata mende kwako. You know
why I'm laughing? Because I've been doing it, but I don't know the reason why. Because now I was told, tell me I know it's part of the cleaning routine.
No, what it does is, when you're doing dishes, a lot of food stuff is used
yes.
So it makes it, azizi pitia choo, azizi pitia bafu, because there's nothing to eat pale. Even if hata zikipitia huko zinakuja ngozi zinaenda choo, zinaenda kitchen. Because huko ndiko kuna dishi.
Yeah.
So when you keep pouring food, mafuta, and sometimes unaweza kuosha vyombo, especially maybe something that was very greasy.
Yeah.
Ukishaosha ile mafuta, you know what happens is, ikiingia huko ndani, inarudi.
Yeah.
Because hiyo sabuni unatumia, sema unatumia whitewash
yeah.
ama menengai.
Yeah.
You know, they use animal fat to make these soaps. So once it is done, once imeisha ile zilikuwa naitwa aje sisters. Once hizo zimeisha, ile mafuta kuna vile disintegrate irudi tu pale ile mafuta. Ama pia ile harufu itakutia. Kama umepika sukuma zimepitia huko ndani. So at the end of the day, it's nice kumwaga maji moto, inasafisha hizo vitu zote zinapeleka kwa sewage. Ili zikuja kupanda hivi.
A whole beautiful babe like me has been doing that.
Lakini
mbona inafanya.
If you cook in your house, make sure every night unataka tu hata kama ni kikombe moja ya maji. Boiling hot water, just pour it down there. Then to guard your space, but guard your space. Guard your space. Unajua uzuri nini kwako? Unajua kama mama ulikuwa unaambiwa. Hadi ulikuwa na kafyu. Lakini kwako kafyu ni wewe.
Ni wewe.
Guard your space. Guard your space. When people come into your house, wanashingi vile unashingi.
Yeah.
If I come into your house nipate nguo ziko chini, I'll be very tempted to just throw my jacket and chini. If I come find an organized house,
you will try pia wewe keep your things so that usiharibu nyumba ya watu.
People live with you the way you live with you. Yes. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. On to the next card. Wisdom after wisdom after wisdom.
What are some life lessons no one taught you, but you learned when you started living alone? A routine is very important. Not a routine ya unakulanga saa saba. A routine is very important.
Define routine.
The first thing you do when you wake up.
Yeah.
The second thing you do. The third thing, how you get ready, if you're going to school, if you're going to work, if you're going about your day, the day that you're spending in your own home. That routine is very, very important. Again, as I said, people live with you the way you live with you. Plus, like I notice sometimes if I do laundry and I don't fold it and put it away, that entire week I'm going to be very disorganized. Because one, I'll wake up in the morning, I have to get somewhere, perhaps I'm late, or perhaps it's going to take me like 30 minutes before I pick what I'm going to wear, because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe I think of wearing a certain shirt, I can't find it. I'm tossing clothes left, right, and center. That is frustrating because you're getting worked up. But if my clothes are very well and neatly folded, I know I can find my socks here, I can find my shirt here, I can find my pants here. I'm like, if there's actually, it sends some kind of dopamine to your brain, you know. So you go like, I'm doing it. It makes you feel, it gives you some fulfillment. You feel nice. Even start congratulating yourself. If you live mathogodhanio, your brain becomes mathogodhanio. There is actually a scientific fact. If you live in a messy house, chances are you're going to be a very fat person. Oh. Okay. Well, and you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just look for these people, like models or anything. Check out their cribs. Check out their houses. Kila kitu very well organized. Go look at the people who are obese.
Oh yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
A messy house encourages you to eat a lot.
A lot.
Na si kukula dishi, like unajisema tu kukula
anything. Junk means.
It makes you lazy.
For me, for me, some of the lessons that I had to teach myself when I started living alone is simple basics like budgeting.
Yeah, but don't allow. Yeah.
Budgeting, babe. I have a whole Excel sheet.
Yeah, your budget.
Yeah, budget.
Hiyo utanifundisha.
I have a whole Excel sheet where nimeweka rent, nimeweka chakula, na nikitoka kununua unga ya sima Naivas. Nikikuja nimetoka na ile pesa yangu, I'm like, of course I carry extra. Mbona leo nimebaki na 30 bob instead of 50 bob? I go back to the receipt. I'm like, oh, unga iliongezeka na 5 bob. Tunainot pale.
You do that every single time.
Tunainot pale because there are those specific things that I buy. I'll always buy constantly every single time. And one thing I learned from my cousin, Lily, she's behind the camera. She taught me now how to bring the aspect of entertainment in my budget. Do you have a specific amount? Because we'd sit sometimes, we are low, let's go. No, sis. We cannot live like this. I think we really need to set a specific amount to be our entertainment amount according to how much you earn, so that by the time mwezi inaisha you already know if you've already spent it, then there's hakuna entertainment.
You're gonna have to teach me that
mpaka next month.
Lily, you're gonna have to teach me that
exactly.
Hey, Lily, hey.
So that one has helped me. It's a lesson that I had to teach myself. Yeah, budgeting.
All right.
So, that was imebaki 2 minutes. Tunamaliza. We are finished.
Nice.
We are finished. Society has always predicted or taught us how things should be done. What are 3 things that we should normalize in life?
If you fit in, you disappear. If you fit in, you disappear. Number 3, refer to 1 and 2.
So we normalize what?
Normalize being you.
Okay. Thank you.
If God wanted you to be born in Miami, He would have made you get born in Miami. You see someone, their family can afford to buy them. Like, let me give you for instance. The campus that I went to has a lot of very affluent kids. So, and I'm saying very affluent. I know that sounds kind of redundant, but to go there, you're gonna get it. You find someone is barely 19, they're driving, they live in a house where they pay rent like 15K a month. They have the most expensive things. They have amazing, expensive clothes, expensive bags, expensive shoes. Shoes that can pay your rent for months. That's not you. Someone is driving a Mercedes and they're only 16.
Yeah.
That's not you.
That's them.
That's them.
Yeah.
If God wanted you to look like Fulani,
yeah,
ungekuwa Fulani.
Yeah, true. And if you want that, there's no mistake in you working now.
You be you. You are an original copy. I don't think people understand that. This is a piece of paper. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to make it very, very simple and very clear for you. This piece of paper. If you take this piece of paper and try to make copies of it, it's not going to come out perfectly like this, will it?
Exactly.
You can try and make a copy of this question if it's black and white. Hata kama inatokea color, it's not going to be perfect like that.
Yeah.
Look at you. God looked at you akasema, this is my lovely child. Whoever it is that you believe in, whoever created you, looked at you akasema, this is my lovely child, beautiful, perfect. There's nothing about them I will change. Uku kuna mguu moja, hauna masikio, it doesn't matter. You are looked at, there's someone somewhere who looks at you and asema, this is my perfect creation. Why would you want to mess with perfection? Why are you trying to be like anybody else? Again, if you fit in, you disappear. If you do things the way everybody does it, if you speak like everybody else does, people will never hear your voice. If I choose, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I have had my voice broke when I was about 12, 13.
Yeah.
And sina testosterone. Msianze kuniambia vitu fulani. Unajua watu online
unakuanga na mambo yao. Nipate bloggers hapo ndo wanachukua notes.
Hapo
Washerandesho.
Testosterone. Okay, so what happens is, okay, my voice happened due to an allergic reaction.
Okay.
There's an allergic condition called rhinitis, and where I was born is very cold coffee tea plantations.
Yeah.
So it happens that during certain seasons of the year, because of pollen, because of dust, because of heat, because of this, and it's also a genetic condition. It can be easily passed into, like child to mother.
Yeah.
Well,
mother to child.
Mother to child.
Yeah.
So because of the constant sneezing, I have a very heavy sneeze. It gets small tears in my larynx, and you cannot heal the larynx. What it does is just becomes like cracks. That's not maintaining. So your larynx has small fibers that vibrate when you speak. So if they have tears, they're not going to vibrate. Ukiangalia a guitar, a 6-string guitar, an acoustic guitar, ukiangalia vizuri hizo strings hazifanani. Ile konde kabisa is very sharp. Ile iko thick kabisa kule juu is very deep. So what happens when they tear, they come back differently. Okay. So they can, there's a lot of science that goes in there. So gradually my voice became a little bit deeper. And even if I get a cold, every time I've gotten a cold, I've lost my voice has never been the same. If I was to record my voice from the day I was born, for the last 3 years, you will hear a difference. If I speak, when nilikuwa naongea saizi, when nilikuwa naongea asubuhi. Get it?
Yeah.
So I used to be so scared sometimes when I can speak like this, niko kwa matatu, so many times niko tempted naambia conductor, bila kwambia shukisha, naambia shukisha.
Oh, so that you sound like...
So I sound feminine. Yeah. I've heard there was a song ya Major alikuwa anasema lena na dem nyumbani akaenda ati kidogo anaongea ati sauti anaongea kama mwakazi. And that really got to me because at that time I was sounding like mwakazi. So I'm like, okay, so madem mwenye tuko na sauti husky alafu what happens to us? Sisi warembo, sisi. And then like for so many years I kept camouflaging my voice, pretending to speak in a certain way. The day I started speaking like myself in my huskiness, I even realized when I talk on a fetish, yeah, my name husky.
This beautiful voice is what you've been denying people.
My husky voice pays my bills.
Yep.
My husky voice sustains me. My husky voice is my brand.
Yes, and that's what attracted many of us.
If you fit in, you disappear.
Great advice. I've taken it too. One last
thing.
Was this supposed to be yours?
Acha tu nichukue juu. Mgeni siku ya kwanza.
Siku ya pili. Utakuja uanze kumomba hapa.
What is that advice you would tell your younger self?
It has been advice. Wisdom.
Lily, ulikuwa nataka advice? The one piece of advice I would tell my younger self is, you're gonna be okay.
Okay.
You're gonna be okay. My younger self, I grew up as a very timid child. I say this and people look at me like, what do you mean timid? Look at you. No, what a lot of people don't believe is I'm an introvert. I speak a lot, but believe me, I'm an introvert. If I have something to say, I'm gonna say it. If I have nothing to say, I'm not gonna say nothing. You will meet me, utapatana mimi nikienda nyumbani, nimevaa headphones, ama AirPods, sunglasses, siongei na mtu. Because na recharge. Sina energy ya kudeal na nyinyi.
Yeah.
Hadi the times, the times I'll go for even a month bila kupanda matatu. Na deal na mtu wangu wa boda. Because I can't deal na your energy. I don't want to be around people. You know?
Yeah.
So growing up, I never used to speak. I wouldn't talk. Like, nilikuwa nakaa home, mimi nimenyamaza, I'm just going about my business. Niko shule siongei, najibu siongei. I started speaking when I was about 19. I started speaking when I was 20. That's when I started actually voicing my opinion, voicing my thoughts, you know, and I was always so scared that if people got to know what I think or how I think or what I have to say, I was so scared that if people had my opinion, they're not gonna like me.
Yeah.
And if I was to go to my younger self, it's good to go back maybe to my 14-year-old self, my 16-year-old self, my 9-year-old self. I wouldn't tell myself start speaking now. No, because all the years that I took, all those 19 years that I spent listening instead of speaking, have really given me the best advice that I could get. They've given me the best experience. They've helped me not make certain mistakes because I've watched and I've seen if you go this direction, this is what is going to happen.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't tell myself start speaking. No, I would tell myself you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I used to be so scared about my dark skin. I used to have so many insecurities. You grow up and you get to a point, all these things that there's times, the things I don't do because I saw people do them at my age, at my current age, and they fucked up. So I'm like,
I'm not going to lay my hands on it.
I'm not even going to try. There are things I've seen people do, even people who are younger than me, and I'm like, wait, I want to try them.
Yeah.
And it's because of the years that I didn't speak. Your past really is a foundation to who you are right now. Don't wish you can go back in time and change who you are.
Or even escape it and
don't even want to escape
embrace it.
Every single thing you're going through right now. One day I'm not gonna be this age. I'm gonna be 50, I'm gonna be 40, I'm gonna be 100 years old. And I want to tell my 20-year-old self something is be 20.
Yeah.
Right now, if you're watching this, you're 16, you're wondering, oh my God, what am I going to do when I'm in my 20s? Be 16 now. You're only 16 for 12 months, right? 12 months. Think of how short a period of 12 months is. Every single time that clock is going round, you're losing time. Every single moment you're spending trying to think, oh my God, I want to be like Kim Kardashian. Oh my God, Kylie Jenner is what a billion. Sweetie, you're not Kylie Jenner. If God wanted you to be Kylie Jenner, He would have made you Kylie Jenner. Every moment you're spending wishing you were different. Every moment you wish spending, if you could go back in time, if you could fast forward. I've met people who want to be older. I'm like, God damn, what are you chasing?
Live now.
I have a very simple principle in life.
Yeah.
How and now. Okay. How and now. It is, how can I do it? How can I get there? How can I meet you? And can I do it now?
Now.
Because one day, there's this trend. One day you're gonna die, nobody's gonna care. Sweetie, why are you thinking about when you're gonna be dead? You're gonna be dead longer than you're alive.
Deal with now.
Be now. Live in the now. Love now. Forgive now. Care now. Trust now. Live in the now, because tomorrow is a gift, bana. Like the next minute, side longea, maybe. How many people have you met unasikia for 2 hours from now? Live in the now. Appreciate the people in your life now. So my younger self will tell you, you know what, girl? Someday you're going to look back at these photos. Someday you're going to look back at these memories. And you're going to thank God that you didn't do anything differently.
Makes me reflect on a message I'll tell my younger self. Farida, express yourself. That's I think growing up as a teenager now, because then that's when I have a clear memory of whatever happened. I used to see things, I have an opinion about it. I know what's right that's supposed to be done, but I suppress it. Sit back, observe. Somebody is doing something to me. It's a bad thing. Keep quiet and observe. If I'm able to protect myself, I'll protect myself. If I'm able to save, let's say it's my books, I will do what I struggle with it alone without even expressing myself. So growing up, as I think we were talking about the content we consume and being intentional about your how do I say it? Self-work? Let me just say self-work here. I've come to realize that those people who do things to you, sometimes that's what they know is the right way of doing it. But by you communicating, it brings the sense of awareness that maybe whatever works well for them does not necessarily work to you. Maybe how they consider a child, let's say Farida is supposed to be treated this way, is not how you want to be treated. But they can only know if you
say something about it.
If you say something about it, and that is something that pia nimekuwa sasa nikifanya right now and moving forward, and that is something I will always tell myself. Express yourself, Farida. Because in the process of now me trying to survive that era, trying to survive that season where I was suppressing myself, a lot of things came up, and there are some behaviors I have right now, and my therapist was telling me, you know what, it's coming from you not expressing yourself. Right now, let me just share this. We can be having a conversation. You can do something wrong to me. I got to a point of I normalized me being hurt. You can hurt me. I'll feel bad about it, but I'll not tell you, Ashira. That was at work, right? I'll come back to my place, question myself. Not kujilaumu. I know you did wrong. I'll say, Washira amenifanyia vibaya. But I'll not tell you, Washira amenifanyia vibaya. That's not good for reader. I cry if I'll cry if that itakuwa imefika to an extreme of me crying. I will cry about it. And then I go back to my diary. Now I write. Whatever I'm supposed to tell you, I write it down on my diary. And then gather the confidence, reflect about it, gather the confidence. Baadaye tukikuja tukionana, I will tell you. And the way I'm telling you is not from a point of I want you to justify it. I'm just letting you know that, you know what, the last time when we were having a conversation, how you spoke to me is not the right way. And I wouldn't want you to do it to somebody else. You see, for me, I had already made peace. I don't know if you get. I have healed.
Nisha heal.
I'm telling you because I don't want you to do the same thing to somebody else.
I'm not telling you to apologize. I'm telling you to fix yourself.
Fix yourself, you know. And many a times this has happened. The person I'm telling this, they always justify now. They bring the point of, you know, Farida, I was.
I'm not asking for an explanation. I'm just letting you know you have bad behavior.
Exactly. So I think it's coming from now me suppressing myself. Now I have become so much aware that something happens. I take some minutes and I address it there, and like coming back, I heal. Then I come back to you because it has brought a lot of confusion with the relationships that I have with people, be it work relationship, be it even friendship. And sometimes when I speak to you later on, I feel like it has also affected how I resolve conflicts. Because me nisha heal. So when we are coming to talk about it, when you're telling me now, Farida, this is what happened, I feel like you will have. I'm not telling you. The Farida child is coming back. Me, I'm answering you in my mind. So I'm just looking at you. You're there. You're telling me, "Hey, Farida, ulifanya hivi na hivi. That's why I did this." Me nakujibu, you could have done this, but I'm not letting it out. I'm telling myself. The child is now back. That means I have not gotten over it. So I'm still telling myself, nakujibu ndani ya akili yangu, I'm telling you, I'm responding to you, but my body is representing what is in my mind. So if in my mind I'm pissed off, I'm telling you that wasn't right, you'll see anger in my face, but I'm not speaking it. And it hurts. And the moment I decide to open my eyes, it's just tears rolling.
I'm really proud of you for getting to the point where you're able to recognize what is wrong with you and making an effort to fix it. Because what people, like what we were talking about earlier, is people recognize there's something wrong with them, but they don't make no effort. What they realize is, someone messed you up, so that's an excuse for bad behavior. That's not an excuse for bad behavior. Remember, you're responsible for everything that you do. You know, and as you were talking, you reminded me something. We were talking about the best advice. And I would say the advice that you don't know everything. You don't know everything. It's always gonna be someone who is dumber than you. It's gonna be someone who is smarter than you. So when you speak, when you go about life, being able to recognize that it's someone who is smarter than you, someone who is dumber than you. What it does is the person who is smarter than you, it gives an opportunity to learn from them. The person who is dumber than you, don't use them as a stepping ladder, no. But what it gives an opportunity even for you to teach, to lift another person. There's a room where he's the smartest person or she is the smartest person. So when you show them that you can teach them, even then they know, so it's okay to share knowledge. And that is service to the world. That is service to mankind. Like at the end of the day, by the time you're gonna be on your deathbed, what are you gonna be wishing you did? What are you gonna be wishing you did differently? Simple. As a younger self, story, but I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Baby steps.
We get there.
One day we're gonna be fully healed.
Amen. Something. And it's a process. Now tukisema it's a process, but don't just stay there. It's a process.
Be
5 years,
it's
a process.
Be patient with yourself. Like,
but
oh
it
my
starts
goodness.
with you embracing yourself.
Yes.
Me, I love myself.
Even when you're gonna say about consuming content, I performed a social experiment last year,
Okay.
2021. I when I first got onto Instagram, it was out of the high school. So I think I hit 300 followers in like 2 months. Yeah, that was a big deal. I mean, so all these 300 and something people were people I was with in high school, or people back then used to be on Facebook. People who caught me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Uh, and then as a way of relaxing is my therapy or poetry.
Yeah.
So what will happen is something you go back to your diary. So what I do is I just find a poetic way to express it.
Yeah.
So I used to write poetry and publish on Facebook, so people would catch me that way. So it happened that I never used to make any posts on Instagram.
Yeah.
I had those 348 followers for 4 years.
Yeah.
Hawakuwa wanaongezeka kama wanapungua. Walikuwa wale wale. So 2020 I deleted all my Instagram pages, all my social media accounts.
Yeah, okay.
All of them, including WhatsApp. I deleted kila kitu. And then I stayed offline for quite some time. 2021, the first half of 2021, I started Instagram again. And I was like, I'm gonna be very intentional about this. I'm gonna go on Instagram. I'm gonna create a profile in a certain kind of way. Let me see what I catch.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm gonna follow certain accounts. Let me see how it affects me.
Yeah.
If you go on Instagram and follow people who showcase their wealth, their party life, their beauty, their glamorous bodies, their glamorous lives, their couple goals and everything, you're gonna start questioning yourself. Why are those things not happening in my life?
Yeah.
There's a what is it called? There's a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
There's free Netflix, so don't usiniambie uko na excuse. It's a documentary on Netflix. If you're on social media, if you are here, make a point of going to watch that. It's called something explained.
Okay.
Explained. Let me get it. Social something. Social.
By the time you're uploading the video,
we're gonna put a link down here
in
the description.
Yeah.
It teaches you social media. Like how do Meta, how does Zuckerberg, how does it get you to, how is it that you can apply TikTok on your FYP, if you like certain videos, on your FYP itakuletea certain videos.
Yeah.
You're on Instagram, you like certain, you catch someone's, ukiangalia page ya Farida kidogo, next time you're on Instagram, inakuletea Farida wa kwanza.
Yeah.
You think they're watching you?
Yeah.
They have an algorithm where social media has an algorithm where if it can tell, let's say there are 3 kind of posts.
Yeah.
The first post is a vehicle, the second one is someone's body, the third one is food. If I check out the vehicle and I just pitia, and then I check the next video, the next photo or video or whatever post, I check it out, I even read the comment, I stay there for like 5 seconds. I go to the video of food, I don't even check it out. The next time I'm on Instagram, it's going to show me a lot more body content than vehicles and food.
True.
It checks how much attention are you paying to certain posts. And what that does constantly, if you're liking videos like what I spoke about, it sends subliminal messages. You're constantly going to start programming yourself. If you watch the videos about drugs, kidogo utaweza kujipata unaanza kutamani drugs. And that I did that experiment for 3 months, and believe me, at some point, it was bad. So, and then later on, about in May, this was between January, February, March, April. In May, I switched my account to something else, to a creator. By the end of last year, I was posting content, my job, or the things that I like doing, radio and everything. You find when I go there and I find 8,000 people viewed my content, people are posting there telling you how talented you are, comparing you some of the greatest voices, some of the greatest radio personalities that ever existed.
Yeah.
You even find people who you respect. There's a guy who follows me on Instagram. His name is Nick Ndeda. Just go check out that guy. He's gonna change your life. The day this guy followed me, I jumped in bed. Because I grew up listening to this guy, and then kidogo, this guy is following me. I'm like, Bro, you're the same frequency.
Yeah.
You know, like you become so happy. You feel so fulfilled. Those kind of validation you're looking for at mwanaume atakwambia but leo karibu na kafiti. The moment you go there, the kind of content you consume. In programming language, there's something called garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. It's called giggle.
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
The Bible says you are the mouth, the power of the tongue. You are what you consume. Out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaketh. So what you hear, what you feed yourself, what you feed your soul, the music you're listening to, the places you're going, the books you're reading, the people you're following, what you're subscribing to. If you're not subscribing to Farinda Ari, means you know unafanya nini life yako, by the way. If you're not subscribing to this, come on, tell them. Means you not doing life yako. Because sahi unaweza pata hata bundles za bure.
Yeah.
Za safari kwa kuweza kuwatch YouTube. YouTube sahi unaweza download watch baadaye. So if you're not subscribed,
na wifi, download and watch later.
If this is not the kind of content you subscribe to, then there's a problem with you. Nakwambia tu roho safi. This could feed you.
I think that is where many young people get lost, especially when we're talking of social media. That's a whole inahitaji podcast yake kabisa, and I think when we are thinking of bringing you back here, we will see if that's a conversation we want to explore with you. It goes down to, there's an Instagram live I hosted a friend of mine, a Tanzanian presenter, anaitwa Chris Favors. He hosts at Simulizi na Sauti. You should check out, that boy is doing an amazing work with his talent. So Chris told me, we're talking about social media on my Instagram live at Farida _. He said that sometimes you can be my friend, but I don't follow you on Instagram. And that's not an issue. It shouldn't be an issue.
Si lazima.
And Kitambo was like, mimi I follow back because I know you. Ama I'll follow back because you're my friend. But then you can be my friend, ama you can be somebody I work with, but content yako hainihusu. I'm not interested with what content you post. And it really got down into mimi mwenyewe as Farida, the content I post on my social media and what I decide is going to my Instagram and on my Facebook and YouTube, across kila mahali. Nilikuwa nasema, you know what? When you come here, even Mommy Francie told me this, when you come to my YouTube channel, don't think you're doing me a favor.
Thank you.
This is a relationship we have built.
I've seen people, that has happened to me, but in the last couple of weeks. Someone follows me, because I didn't follow you back.
They unfollow you.
And then you unfollow.
So this, I want people to remember, I'm actually amplifying what Mommy advised me and told me. This is a relationship we built.
Yes.
And this relationship is not a 50-50 relationship. No,
it's
a 70-30 relationship.
I don't know, 80-20.
70-30 relationship. Because what? The 30 I'm giving you, thank you for acknowledging my work. Thank you for looking up to me. Thank you for deciding, you know what, my bundles, I'm going to spend time on Farida's YouTube channel, on Farida's Instagram page. I'm going to share this so that it can go to somebody else. Thank you. I don't take that for granted. But the other 70%, baby girl, baby boy, baba, mama, I have to use my phone or camera. Spend my time, record this video. Nimetumia time ya Washera hapa kutengeza hii video. We didn't just sit for 30 minutes and record this video. After that, I have to go sit down. Edit. If there's a new editing skill I want to learn, go learn about it, come practice. Haija work. Sometimes you edit a whole video and you like back to square zero.
Yes.
After that, nimemaliza kila kitu, nifikirie tena title. How am I calling this? Nimeeka. But how am I making sure that hii content yangu imefikia the right audience?
Yes.
Nimeshare, ni mimi na push to link kila mahali on people's inbox, and then yes, well and good, you consume this content. You take 1 minute ama 1 second and build up a picture of how you expect Farida to be, what you expect Farida to do, and use that against you.
You know, I'm not a content creator, but being a voice talent, and when I post some of my work on Instagram, and then I recently started offering voice over classes.
Yeah.
So you give someone your rate, a call. sawa nitafikiria. And I'm like, okay, so what do you think? And then there's some people who DM you, they're like, they want to use your platform, they want to use you because they see you uko na access, uko na influence. You know, kuna mtu anakuangalia pale na like, udem amemake it, udem anaongea hivi, udem amemake it. What you fail to understand is, for instance, I like using myself as an example, you know, because me like my life, you know, like I think of the first time I went on radio, the first time I voiced something, bro, it was bad. People at that time, I had people telling me, "Oh my God, you're so good, you're so talented." But when I compare what I used to do in 2016 and what I'm doing in 2022, what is the difference here? Time, effort, not drinking anything that just comes my way, lifestyle. You know, people don't realize is for you to maintain a voice like this, you have to even watch your diet. You have to go to the gym. You have to check out what you're eating. You know, you have to check out places united. There's some places you go to because they are so loud. Umeenda club, umeenda kupiga sherehe, unaanza kupiga naye story, kesho asubuhi sina sauti. Mi kama sina sauti skuli. Sina sauti ndio pale more ndio waniambia enda nyumbani. You know. And then here you are, you want to be a pest. Acha nikuite kupe. You want to suck on my energy for years. You want me to change your life within a day. Unanipigia wewe ni msanii ni sawa, it's okay. So you want to ride on my name. You know, I think there's a place where people don't recognize that it actually takes effort. It takes effort, it takes sacrifice, it takes blood, sweat, tears, and confusion. You get confused on the process, Baka, you have to bring yourself back to. You get confused. Me, I've literally gone mad. Me, cheesy. Like, I've lost it. I've gone ballistic, Bana. You sometimes even lock yourself in the house for days, for weeks. Yeah. Because you're trying to figure things out. Before I came to Mombasa, I will be honest with you, I spent like 3 weeks, whereby I used to stay up until 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I would sleep between 8, wake up at 2, have a meal, or I love sandwiches, make myself a nice sandwich, have myself a nice cup of coffee, go to the gym at 4, work out until 6, come back, shower, watch some TV, watch a movie or something, start strategizing, spend the entire night strategizing. Going to places I didn't even know exist on the internet. Websites I didn't even know existed. Reading, researching, finding people like me. Because I think one of the reasons why people are so lost is because you can't find someone like you. There are people, and get me correctly, finding people who do what you do. People who have made it, because there's no original idea in this life, finding how to make it, what to do. Like sometimes even sit unangalia, unaketi unajiangalia hivi kwa kioo. Hebu tujiite kama mkutano. Hata unapiga pombe ya chai. And I did that, and that's not the first time. Every 3-4 months I find myself, I start going back. Because at the end of the day, yes, umejipackage sahi. What the market needs, unaweza unapata hiyo kitu market change. Lazima strategize, lazima ukuwe msharp. If you don't, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss an opportunity. And then here, don't try to hog on someone else just because you see they're doing good, or you think they're doing good. Try to learn. If you come into my DM and you ask me, Washera, how can I be like you? How can I want to be a voiceover artist. Where do I start? Who do I need to know? What do I need to watch? I'll refer you. This is what taught me. Because there are things like voice exercises, there are warm-up exercises. You get to understand your voice, your variation. You know, I will help you learn all these things. If you can't afford the classes, I will send you a couple of YouTube links. You know, I'll send you some couple of Instagram profiles people you can check out. But don't come on your relax now. There's something you said on our first part 1 that just in the chain of
thoughts, and it's a deep. There's something that you said. Let me just communicate what I want to communicate. The fact that you already know what you want, and then with the book that you recommended us to read, the
art of not
giving a fuck. Mimi saa ingine ushangaa. Somebody's out there, yes, you're looking up to me, well and good. Ama you're following my work, that means you're interested in my work, as I said previously. Go with me the way I am. If it reaches a point I do something that you don't like, yes, that's not you. That's nimekuserve kitu like.
Yes.
Endelea, pick what you like. The rest acha, kuna mwenye atakuja alike. But you said people are so used to what is common, and when they see something new, it's hard for them to accommodate it and accept it. So simply, I've seen this in society, especially young women, and according to the community that you come from, they expect you to be this kind of woman.
Yes.
A good girl looks like this.
Yes.
A public figure should look like this, or should look like this. For me, I come in my social medias, by the way, I'm just trying to, Nasima Kasiriko, I do it how I want.
It's yours.
It's mine.
Yeah.
So if you decide to stay. If you decide to go,
come out and jail.
If you follow me, if I don't follow you back immediately,
relax,
because I'm not interested in your content.
There's someone I look up to when it comes to social media, following me and everything. Nyashinsky. Hey! Nyashinsky, wherever you are, you come across this video, Nyashinsky, I love you. I love you as an artist, I love you as a personality, I love you as a public figure. Because it's about, if you really love what I do, if you really, really love what I do, you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for it, depending, be it your time, be it your bundles, be it your money, be it your energy. If your love is pure, if your love is genuine, you're gonna support what I do, no matter the cost. There's a very common thing. If you're constantly on social media, you're going to find this thing coming across, especially on Instagram. You post a story, inapata how many views, unapata post, inapata how many likes. It means not a lot of people are watching, not a lot of people like you. Who needs to like you? At the end of the day, if you love yourself enough, if you care about yourself enough, again, choosing the things to give up about.
Yeah.
If you love yourself to a point, love yourself so much. I don't know. I think I can talk about this every single day. Yeah. I can talk about this until tomorrow. This whole video can be about self-love. Love yourself so much that it doesn't matter.
Babe, you know what? We are going to have a conversation of self-love.
Yes.
We are going to come have that conversation, and we are going to share it on this YouTube channel. Thank you for watching till the end. I know it's a deep conversation. You've picked a lot of lesson. Don't be selfish. Share it with somebody else. It doesn't cost a lot to just take the link, paste it on your WhatsApp status, your Facebook, everywhere that you uko, that friend of yours, tag them.
Yes.
And then we all have opinions on things. If you agree to this, on the comment box, show us that you are agreeing to this. If you have a different opinion, comment down there. Comment down there, Polly. Yes, it will trigger a conversation so that we get to understand what we really need to be addressing. Yes. And it's a learning process. We learn from you, you learn from us. Yeah. Follow me on all my social media platforms at Farida Ali. I still insist Ali, it's ALLY. I'll put it down here, jamani. Watu wamezoea vitu vya kawaida. It's different Ali. Yeah, and if you just say Farida haiendi vizuri, say Farida Ali. Itapendeza. Also, don't forget to follow my organization's social media pages at Elimu Care on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'll always remind you as you watch my videos that Elimu Care is a community-based organization that I founded that is championing for educational development by addressing issues of leadership, gender-based violence, and gender equity. So if you follow me on my social media, Nahuko, you will see all the work that we are doing. And we bring amazing content that is still in line with what we do under my organization. It was nice having you and chatting with you.
It was nice meeting you, and I'm going to tell you one thing for sure. You are doing God's work. You are doing God's work. When you first met, I told you something, I'm going to tell you the same thing. don't stop. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. I've realized in life, if you love what you're doing, doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. If it makes you happy, because what you're doing is not even just for you, it's for the betterment of a lot of people. Some of them not even like you, some of them who are not as privileged as you are, or as you are. So you are giving yourself to service of mankind, and that is God's work. So you're doing amazing job. Kama hujamfuata kwa kuelekea watu wa Lamu, she's saving your lives bana. Nasikia Lamu kutamu, lakini yeye ndio mtamu. Great. So make sure you follow Elimu Care, and if you have anything to contribute, if you're a trained teacher, if you feel there are things that you can share, if you feel there are resources that you have that are valuable or they can change another person's life, it doesn't matter. We don't need your money. If you have money, if money is the resource you have, you will accept it. Okay, she will accept it. Not me. She will accept it. Yeah. Whatever see, baby, no support. Even if you're mound, if you have connections, even if when you feel you cannot help her, help someone. Help someone. Let's do God's work at the end of the day. If someone if you've made it in this life alone, tuambie hapo kwa comments. Kama hujisaidiwa na mtu kwa maisha yako, tuambie hapo kwa comments.
Thank you for giving me my flowers, which now will get me to, I think, towards the end of the year, I will do a video of me appreciating the flowers that have been given by different people, and this part is gonna be the highlights of how important it is to give somebody their flowers, and how sometimes you just do things out here not knowing what value it adds to the society and the impact we are creating, but it is from honest people like you who decide to give us feedback that keeps us going and even motivates us.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Am I really into social work? Not really. Because kila mtu anajikuna mahali pazuri.
Yeah.
And it is just because someone else is doing something you wouldn't do. Yeah. Doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it good either. But if someone is doing something that is causing a positive ripple effect, and you can see it and you can feel it, it doesn't cost you nothing to appreciate. It doesn't cost you appreciate and support.
Thank you. Me and Oshira can talk mpaka mwaka ishe.
We can do this on our own podcast. We just sit here and talk.
Bye.